Welcome to the Figure Zone. Today we have the Hot Toys new controversial life-size child LMS013. Now, people are having some issues with this. We'll go over this in just a little bit. So let's check out the box first. This is a huge frackin' box. This is like, I have a giant table set up here, and this is taking up almost the whole entire table. It's pretty frackin' huge. So on the side, you've got some cool little artwork going on. Usual Hot Toys little thing going on here. On the back, if I could flip this thing over. This thing is heavy too. Not sure what it weighs in at, but we could do that in a little bit. And you got the back credits over here. Now, the best thing to do with this, keep it on its side. Lift this up over here. That way you don't damage the outer black packaging slipcover here. So once you get that off, you've got this cool looking box over here. And this is nice. This almost looks like the hover crate kind of style box going on here. This looks pretty cool. Now the box has like a little cool gimmick going on to it. You got the sides over here. Got the bag that says the Mandalorian the Child. So no Grogu yet written on here, but what's cool about this is it's got a magnet flap and you can open it up and you can see the Grogu. Now, of course, be careful when you're opening this magnet up, when you're taking out the actual Grogu. This flat piece over here, it's attached by just cardboard, and it's when you stand it upright, it tends to droop, and you don't want to rip this eventually. So be extremely careful when taking out your Grogu. And this thing, again, is heavy, so you can see this thing flapping over here on the side. So what I do, take it to the side over here, lay this thing down, which you can barely see in the camera, and try to get them out kind of sideways. That way you don't damage your box. Get a good hold on your Grogu. Get out! Is that being mean? Alright, get your Grogu out. And now, you got the box all set. And it's cool, it's got the magnetic flaps on here. That's pretty awesome. Good way to keep your Grogu safe. And you can transport them, show them to your friends. So, then once you get them on here, here's what you got. And I gotta say, he looks amazing. Now when you take off the top plastic here, he comes with some just basic plastic on his hands and on his feet. I just kind of pulled those off. They're just laying on there. You can get them off pretty easily. I mainly wanted to check out the controversial part on this guy, and luckily I have a wiener. He's good. He's not damaged. Let's hope over time this doesn't happen. So let's check out everything he comes with really quick. Now here's everything you get with your Grogu figure. Always check out the instructions because, again, this is a brand new figure and this is a brand new body. You want to check out what can be done. The ears are magnetic. You can check out how the arms are supposed to go up. I've seen them go up higher, but, you know, push at your own risk. How the hands go in, which is pretty much self-explanatory. How the feet and the legs can move. More magnetic accessories. How to get the pendant on there. How his mouth moves. And how to put him on the stand. And don't brush your Grogu's hair. Just use your fingers and kind of move it around, your thumb, you know. They caution you against this, so I wouldn't touch it at all. Leave it the way it is. It's supposed to be messy looking, so don't brush your Grogu. He's not going to be happy about that. This stand here looks pretty awesome. It looks like it comes out of like a piece, and maybe like the Razor Crest or something like that. Looks very cool. There's some detail inside there. And on the sides you got the child nameplate. So it's got a piece of plastic over top of it, which is cool. And on the bottom there, it's got a light up feature. We'll have to investigate that. Unfortunately, upon further investigation, I opened up the battery pack here. I was like, whoa, batteries, what? And there's actually no connector pieces. So this is just empty. I'm assuming there was a switch here at one time to activate something. But it looks pretty deep in there. It looks like these might have been LED lights at one point. This could have been a reuse stand, or they intended to make this thing a light up stand, but budget-wise decided not to, or they rushed it out. Who knows? But you can possibly open this thing up. It's got room down there. Either pop some LEDs in there or put some kind of LED coil inside there and wrap it up. Okay, now pretty much how this stand works is you take this little rod and you jam it inside there. There it is. One side seems to fit in a little better. And you jam this inside your Grogu's taint, I'd like to call it there. I don't know what the taint, nothing there. You stick it inside there, and pretty much you've got a Grogu standing up. Interesting, cool. That's clear, but you don't really see it anyway because his robes pretty much touch the bottom there. So getting that out of the way, we got his cool pendant here that he was given. It's just plastic. Looks pretty sweet though. It looks nice. It looks like metal. You can never tell. So it's pretty cool. And it looks like a real leather possibly here. Strap going on here. And you take your Grogu's ears off and you put this over. That way you don't have to sit there and try to mess with it and run this over the top of his head and screw up his hair. You don't want that. Here's this little shifting knob ball here, which looks pretty cool. And it actually has, looks like some fake threads in there too. So that's pretty cool. With some serious detail going on. It'd be cool if this like lit up. I don't think it lit up in the show, but still cool to have. This was a thing that you'd see numerous times. And you can play catch with your Grogu. Now he comes in a bunch of hands. These hands were actually on the figure too. I took them all off. They're really detailed. He's got 3 pairs of hands total. I don't believe there's any magnets in there. It looks like they just kind of stick in there and they friction hold on. Mine are kind of loose, so be wary of that. So it's a good thing these things weren't die cast, so die cast doesn't weigh down the hands and hands just fall off. So very cool. You got some kind of relaxed kind of hands. And what's cool is you get 2 force hands going on, some push hands going on, which is pretty sweet. Or some super grabby hands in case you got some big frog you want to stick in his mouth, and you can do that. Again, friction held on as far as I can tell. And you get a grabby hand over here to hold the, most likely to hold this right here. Get over here. So it'll get a runaway. And it's got a magnet on there, so let's do the test. Good. Holds up nice. That's pretty sweet. So you can have this thing like this, any way you want it. It's not going to fall out, so that's pretty cool. So you got a specific magnet hand. That is awesome. And the other one's just kind of a, not much of a difference there. Hey, it's got an extra hand for no reason. Okay, that's cool. Slightly different color, but hey, that's cool. Now you got the ears. You get 2 pairs of ears, which is pretty awesome. You can't see the seam too much. They did a pretty good job of this. And again, the magnets are fighting each other. These are held in magnetically, and they're held in very well. So you can see when you pop these things in, you got the ears going like this. And when you pop these in, you got the ears going up a little bit. So again, very detailed. You got some pink in there, which he has, not as much as the other one has. And actually get an R and an L, so you don't screw that up, because if you put it in this way, you're gonna not fit, because it's got a teardrop fit going on here, the shape. So it gives you an R and L, and you can fight magnets. So yeah, that's pretty much everything it comes with. And here he is, and I gotta say, he looks pretty frackin' awesome. That head looks amazing. I know Sideshow, the big thing about him was the pink everywhere. He's got some pink, but not as much as the Sideshow does. Sideshow, when people were taking this magic cloth thing and wiping away some of the pink, which is just paint on there, and the base is actually green, so it seemed to be working. But these eyes look amazing. And here's the controversial part, of course, is you got the mouth. Now, people are having tears going on down here, like the mouth is actually separating. Here's a couple photos of some of the rips where it's happening at. And these weren't like people played with these things and messed around with them. They pretty much opened up the box, and these were like this. So it's a possibility there's a couple bad in the batch. That's always a possibility, so let's hope this doesn't happen to any more people. Could it been, I don't know, a shipping container fell and knocked into the things? Because there's lots of shipping containers been falling, and shipping containers been delayed lately. And some fell into the ocean, unfortunately. But it could possibly been that's what happened. Now, I don't want to do it too much, of course. But pretty much you take your finger in here. Don't bite me. And you can pretty much just move this thing around a little bit. I'm not going to move it too much. A lot of people are having rips down here. Then you pretty much can close this mamma jamma up. It's as much as you want it. So I like it open just a little bit. It looks pretty cool. And again, those eyes are amazing. Let me know in the comments below if you've got this guy and he's got some kind of issues going on, because it's a hard rubber here, then it goes soft rubber here, and it's a possibility that this could rip over time, but who knows? I mean, it's not even people who are getting these things from countries where it's high humidity. It's pretty much coming right out of the box, and even in the United States and most places where it's not high humidity going on. But he's pretty, he can move around a little bit, which is cool. You can pose him a little bit, which is awesome. And again, the arms move. The hands are kind of weird. I don't like how these attach. I don't believe there's any kind of magnet in there, but it's just pretty much like, you can see where the arm goes in. It's just a friction hold, and you put the thing in and take it out, and that's pretty much it. You can adjust the collar a little bit. You got some inner cloth going on this side here too, and you've got the cloth going on here for the actual robes. And this feels pretty nice. It feels like a potato sack or something there. And again, the hands are nice and detailed. There's his feet. Those look pretty awesome. Even on the bottom, you got some detail on the feet going on there. And if you're wondering what's underneath here, he has like a fat suit thing going on there. You got the basic body. And then there's the bottom piece where you shove the clear holder into his body and slide that up. And you got him standing. And also the feet. These move. You can pretty much, you can have him sitting down almost. You just got to adjust it a little bit. But we'll check that out in the poses in a couple minutes. I'm just going to make sure these things feel okay there. No interchangeable feet, but these move also too, which is pretty cool. There's a color difference you can see, but it's wrapped up behind the robes. And over here you got the hair. Again, this is the real rooted hair. This is pretty cool. So I said, don't comb this thing. It'll probably come out. So far, I haven't had any little pieces fall out anywhere, as far as I can see. I put the black bottom on the bottom here, just so we can see if any hair falls out. And here's the back of the robes. Again, these are pretty nice. There's a little piece of hair here. That's a giant piece of hair. That might have been like a weird factory piece there. So again, on the back, it's just the black undersuit. Looks like it might have a seam going in there. And he feels heavy. He feels sturdy, which is cool. He doesn't feel like it's going to fall. The biggest difference, I say, between this one and the Sideshow one is the Sideshow one is more of a statue. He's in a pose where he's like this, and he's constantly looking up in the air. So if you have the Sideshow one and you display him high in the air on the top of a shelf, he's going to constantly be looking up. So, again, you can just flatten this out. This guy, he's an action figure. You can pose him. You can move him around. You can do some stuff with him and not worry about too much, breaking an arm if you try to move the arm, because you can't do very much with that guy. But again, those eyes, that looks amazing. Be careful with your mouth. They say use your fingertip there and close it very gently, because everyone seems to have this rip down here. A lot of people, I've seen 4 of them so far as I've made this video. I'm sure there's more who haven't showed it yet. So again, this looks amazing. You can't see the ears too much, the seams. It looks pretty much just like wrinkles. And again, those just come out, boop, just like that. And they just pop right in. And they're very, very strong magnets too. Those aren't going anywhere. So, am I disappointed in this guy because of that possibility it happens? No. Even if it does happen, unfortunately, you can cover that up as much as possible, but it might rip down here. But so far, I mean, I've had this guy for a couple days now, and he's had no issues going on, so I'm super happy. It's probably just a once, it's going to happen possibly to some figures. Who knows? I'm not sure how many it's happened so far. Like I say, 4 I've known so far. But, yeah, let's check out and see what this guy can do. Pretty much want to give you an idea how much this guy weighs. We're just going to weigh him really quick and see what he's got going on. We'll lay his butt down. And he feels pretty heavy and pretty sturdy. So he is 3 pounds, 10 ounces. So that's pretty, that's a heavy figure. And the box pretty much double that. That's why this guy feels so frickin' heavy when you got him going on. Grogu definitely was one of the coolest characters in The Mandalorian. I mean, this whole lore, we don't know which species he is, but he's related to like the Yoda species and the Yaddle species. He was taken from the Jedi Temple before the whole purge hit with Revenge of the Sith, before when Order 66 took place. Who knows who took him, but right now Luke Skywalker has him. And let's see what he does. Hopefully Luke can train the crap out of him. this guy is pretty posable. I mean, you have to pretty much work the arms from inside, reach in deep, and kind of feel the arms. They lift up, they lift over, and they can move around pretty well. I've seen people lift him up to the point where they're like he's in pick-me-up mode. So it's just a matter of manipulating it very slowly, then moving the cloth around it. The feet seem to move pretty well, like the legs, they kind of bend up a little bit. And the head seems to do what you want with it. It's a little bit heavy. I don't like the way the hands are in there. They feel kind of loose, but at the same time they're in there. So it's one of those like, it's friction holding in. It seems to be working. I guess that's cool. But what I don't like is the stand. Now, it comes with this little clear rod. You pretty much take the rod and jam it inside of the body. It only goes in a little bit. You can feel it stop. Then you have to put the rod inside the stand and shove it inside there, and that goes down to a point where it stops also. The problem with mine was one side of the rod was a little bit bigger, so when I put it inside the body, it barely fit. When I put it inside the stand, I felt like I was going to break the stand, so I literally had to take a piece of rough sandpaper and just kind of for a couple seconds, just kind of sand down a little bit of the rod at the tip, about 1.5 inches in, and then it pretty much jammed in. But that's not cool. I mean, I pretty much have to, hopefully this guy doesn't fall. I mean, he seems pretty stable on there, but it's just the fact that you got to jam that thing in there is kind of rough. Let me know in the comments below if you have the same situation with yours, or does yours just slide in nice and easy? If you don't jam it in there to the point where you feel him hit, he's hovering on the stand. And even when he's on the stand, his feet are touching, but the feet don't rotate. So they're at like a weird angle, like he's his legs are almost spread like he's trying to do a split. So maybe you can fix that. I don't know, maybe get a different rod for him to get in there. I would like a different kind of system to hold this guy up, but that seems to work. What we got. Here's one of the lightsabers I made at the Disney World. This was pretty cool. They're frickin' expensive, but I wonder what it looked like with a full-size lightsaber. And we have our special guest here. It's Baby Groot. Yay! Hey, you never know. They could team up one day. Disney owns both of these things. Who knows? But this is like a Groot I got from like Walmart. He was like $5 on clearance. And he's pretty much like a cheap plastic thing, but I painted him all up, repainted everything to make him look more like the Hot Toys figure. So I'm pretty proud of the way he looks. He's pretty cool for $5, and I spent about an hour doing the rest of the stuff, so pretty cool. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please share this with your Star Wars friends. Please hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel big time. Hit the like button if you liked the video, and if you want to see more of my videos, hit the bell notification. That way, whenever I drop another video, you will be notified. And again, thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you.